Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video. My sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over all the NBA games for Tuesday, February 16th, 2021. I'm going to show you both sides of each game, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And if for some reason you're curious to know who I'm picking in these games, you'll have to join my Patreon where my picks are always in writing, underlined, and italicized. For more information on that, please read the description of this video. I wish you guys the best of luck in your picks today. Let's go ahead and get into the games. We have Nuggets versus the Celtics, Pelicans versus the Grizzlies, Raptors and Bucks, Lakers and Timberwolves, Trailblazers and Thunder, the NetsSuns, and the Spurs and Pistons have been postponed. So we only got 6 games tonight instead of 7. Let's go ahead and crack into them. So the first one we got is Nuggets and Celtics. So I have my daily numbers on one side, date numerology, Gregorian Hebrew. Game numbers on this side, away team up top, head-to-head in the middle, and home team at the bottom. So Nuggets versus the Celtics. Today has 14 date numerology on the Gregorian. Celtics, they can get their 14th win or they can get their 14th loss. It really doesn't matter. Celtics also play tomorrow, and so tomorrow is going to have 15 date numerology. So what happens today could also potentially happen tomorrow, meaning if they get their 14th win today, could be setting them up to get their 15th win tomorrow, and vice versa. Nuggets, they also play tomorrow, but these two teams do not play each other. Nuggets are sitting on 15 wins coming into this game, and if they lose this game, they would go into tomorrow's game sitting on 15 wins as well, and tomorrow does have 15 date numerology, as I just mentioned. So that would be a narrative for either side, or today is the 16th of February, and Nuggets could just go ahead and get their 16th win for the season. That's a possibility. It is the 16th of February when you write that out, 2/16 or 16/2. If you type in the number 76, 16/2, 2/16, the Nuggets could become 6-7, or excuse me, 7-6, like 76 sums to 162 on the 16th day of February, 16/2. That would happen, and they would sit on 15 and then go into tomorrow's game with 15 date numerology sitting on 15 as well. If that did happen, Celtics would get their 56th all-time head-to-head win against the Nuggets. 56 sums to 46, and today is the 4th day of the 6th month on the Hebrew Civil, like 46. So you have to just kind of be careful here because these two teams play today and tomorrow, and what can hit today can also hit tomorrow, and it just gets tricky in that sense. So be careful with this one. Actually, be careful with all of them because I think most of these teams also play tomorrow, so we're going to see that throughout all these games. Nuggets could get their 12th loss for the season as Celtics sit on 37 all-time head-to-head losses against the Celtics. 37, the 12th prime number. And at the same time, it's the Nuggets' 13th away game. It's the Celtics' 11th home game. Celtics can sit on 13 wins for the season with the loss, as Nuggets sit on 11 losses for the season with the win. So they just kind of could swing both ways there. Today does have 23 date numerology on the Gregorian. 23 does sum to 55, and Nuggets could sit on 55 all-time head-to-head losses against the Celtics with the win today. So that goes both ways. Pelicans and Grizzlies. Pelicans, they can sit on 11 wins for the season as they get their 11th away loss for the season. The Grizzlies would even the score, 1-1 head-to-head against Pelicans, like an 11, as the Grizzlies get their 31st all-time head-to-head win against the Pelicans, the 11th prime number. the Grizzlies come into this game 11-11 for a season record. So they can either get their 12th win or their 12th loss. It is their 12th home game. So that will go either way. Today does have 39 date numerology on the Gregorian, and Pelicans with the win could get their 39th all-time head-to-head win against the Grizzlies. Grizzlies would get their 12th loss in their 12th home game, and then Pelicans would get their 12th win for the season. So this 11 pattern I think is really interesting because, like I usually say, more often than not, teams tie head-to-head against each other for the season if they're playing each other 2 times. But at the same time, it doesn't always happen that way. And there is this 12 pattern here, 12, 12. They get the 12. You know, Pelicans would sit on 15 losses for the season with a win. Today is the 47th day of the Gregorian. 47, the 15th prime number. But it is the 4th day of the 6th month on the Hebrew, like 46, and the Grizzlies coach could get his 46th regular season win for his career. Pelicans coach could get his 400. Let's see if that does anything. 400. 400 is the 20th square, or has a square root of 20. I was gonna say Pelicans could become 2-0 like 20, but then their coach wouldn't get that 400, which is a square of 20. What about 399? About 535. Let's see what 400 sums to in Gematria. 62, 163, 55. Today does have 23 date numerology on the Gregorian. 23 sums to 163 and 55. So that would be for the 400. So there's some interesting numbers here in this game. Doesn't look too good for the Pelicans, in my opinion. But, you know, sometimes when you see things that just look too good to be true, typically they are. And I always question them. Especially with basketball. Basketball isn't as obvious as I may want it to be at times. It could be real sneaky. Raptors and Bucks. So we have the 47th day of the Gregorian year, a day with 59 date numerology. And if Bucks win this game, they would become 59-47 all time head-to-head against the Raptors. It seems easy peasy on that one. Raptors coach would get his 59th loss regular season for his career. And the Bucks would get their 17th win for this season. 59 is the 17th prime number. Oh my goodness, it just seems easy peasy. 23, 39, 23 sums to 55. Bucks would also become 55-39 head-to-head against regular season. See, it's things like that. This whole thing just seems so easy. And I just know that it's not. It's not easy. It's not that easy. And if for the odd chance that it is that easy, it's definitely not that like that on a regular basis. And if you think so, you're kidding yourself. Or you just don't pick enough games to even know one or the other. Today does have the 4th day of the 12th month on the Hebrew religious. And Raptors coach could get his 124th regular season win. Like an anagram of each other. 412, 124. Raptors could sit on 15 losses for the season with a win. Today does have 47 date numerology on the Gregorian, 47 the 15th prime number. Today does have 23 date numerology on the Gregorian, 23 the 9th prime number. Raptors can sit on 9 away losses for the season with the win, as Bucks sit on 9 home wins for the season with the loss. So there is some numbers there a little bit for the Raptors. The Bucks would get their 12th loss for the season in their 12th home game. They would sit on 16 wins on the 16th of February. Of course, Raptors can get their 16th loss in their 16th away. So which one is it going to be? Is it going to be the 16th loss in their 16th away, or is it going to be the 12th loss in their 12th home? Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? Lakers versus Timberwolves. Lakers are on an interesting trajectory at this point. If Lakers, I didn't come up with this information. Somebody on my Patreon came up with this information. and said if Lakers win the next 4, let me see here, Los Angeles Lakers. Los Angeles Lakers comes to 257. And coming into this game, they're already sitting on 7 losses for the season. And if they win this game and a couple of other games till 25, they can be 257. 257. Los Angeles Lakers comes to 257. But they would have to go on a bit of a winning streak, right? 20, 22, 23, 24, 25. So they would have to win all their games in the next 4 to 5 games. I didn't come up with that information. Somebody on my Patreon did, and I don't steal other people's work, so all credit goes to him if it goes forward. I do like it. It is interesting. It makes sense. Today, Lakers, they can get their 22nd win for the season. 22 sums to 39. And today does have 39 date numerology on the Gregorian. If Lakers become 22-7, 227, 227 is the 49th prime number. And with the loss, Timberwolves would become 4-9, like 49 at home for the season. Timberwolves, it's their 13th home game. Their coach would get his 91st regular season loss, the 13th triangular number. Lakers can get their 13th away win. But at the same time, Timberwolves could get their 41st all-time head-to-head win against the Lakers, which is the 13th prime number. But today does have 14 date numerology on the Gregorian. Coach can sit on 43 wins regular season, the 14th prime. But Lakers coach could sit on 377 regular season wins with the loss, which is the 14th Fibonacci number. And it is a day leaving 318 left on the Gregorian, and he would get his 318th regular season loss for his career. Hebrew Religious does have 4th day in the 12th month, 412, an anagram of 12-4. Lakers would become 12-4 on the road with the loss. So even though the 25-7 Los Angeles Lakers sums to 257, and if they just go on a winning streak, they would become 25-7 over the course of the next few games. There is still numbers for them to lose. Isn't that fascinating? So if Lakers go ahead and go on and go 257, you just know it's like, man, there's still numbers here for them to lose this game. So gotta think about it a little bit. Timberwolves, they could tie the series 1-1 head-to-head against the Lakers. You know, more often than not, teams do tie the series. Not all the time, but, you know, they do sometimes. Every now and again. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with this one. Wish you guys the best of luck on your pick on that one. Trailblazers and Thunder. 4th day of the 12th month on the Hebrew Religious. Thunder can get their 124th regular season head-to-head win against the Blazers. Anagrams of each other. Although, I have a lot marked for Blazers. Blazers, this is the... okay, so this can go either way. So it's the 27th game for the Blazers, 27th game for the Thunder. The number 11. It's almost a 27-27. And Thunder can get their 11th loss for the season in their 27th game. Thunder's 27th game. On the flip side, Thunder can sit on 11 wins for the season with the loss as Trailblazers tie the series 1-1 head-to-head against the Thunder like an 11. 11 sums to 27. So that 11 and 27 connection can go either way. It can favor Thunder or it can favor the Blazers. 14 date numerology on the Gregorian, 59 date numerology on the Gregorian, 59 the 17th prime. Blazers can get their 17th win for the season in their 14th away game. Blazers coach would get his 377th win regular season for his career as a coach for Blazers, which is the 14th Fibonacci number. It's the number. Alright, I'm tired. I'm delirious. What else do we have here? 376. Is that something? 376. 16 pentagonal. 467, is that something? 467. 91st prime, is there a 13 connection anywhere? 13th home game for Thunder. 467, the 91st prime. 91, the 13th triangular number. 263 is the 56th prime number. 56 sums to 118. Thunder can sit on 118 regular season head-to-head losses against the Blazers. And last but not least, Nets versus the Suns. So either one of these teams can get their 18th win for this season. Nets can get their 18th, or the Suns can get their 18th. It is the 4th day of the 6th month on the Hebrew religious. Like 46 and 18 sums to 46. If Nets get their 18th win, Nets would also sit on 46 all-time head-to-head losses against the Suns. But today does have 47-date numerology, or excuse me, today is the 47th day of the Gregorian year, and the Suns can get their 18th win as they get their 47th. Nets would sit on 17 wins for this season, 59-date numerology on the Gregorian, 59 the 17th prime number, or the Suns could sit on 17, the 59th prime, as they sit on 46 all time as the Nets get their 18th. So, I mean, this doesn't really help us at all too much. Although it is the Suns' 15th home game. And if they get their 47th all-time head-to-head win on the 47th day, 47 is the 15th prime, their coach would also get his 225th win regular season for his career. And I can bet you can already guess what number I'm going to say it's connected to. 15 has a square root of 15. Good guess. Lucky guess. One of these two teams are going to go 1-0 head-to-head against the other, like 10. And if it's the Nets that win, it'll be the Suns that get their 10th loss for the season as they sit on 10 wins at home. I actually want to mark that. Not a good look. Not a good look. Alright, so hopefully I've given you guys enough information on this. Also the 10, mark the 100 before I end it. I was just getting ready to end it. 100 just to show you guys. 100 square root of 10. Yeah, so hopefully I've given you guys enough information for you to decide on who you like in these games. Definitely add more information if need be. You can always add name, Gematria, coach, distance to and from, birthdays, key player, Gematria, all kinds of different stuff. But I wish you guys the best of luck. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.